And welcome back to Valkyrie Warzone pilots. Today we are going to have a look at some basic dogfighting tips. Everyone has a different style of play and these tips are more for the newcomer to space dogfighting. Each game has a different set of physics and the style of combat changes from one to the other. I have looked over all the different types of dogfighting guides and here are the ones that I feel apply to Valkyrie Warzone. If I miss any out of this list, please feel free to let me know in the comments below. Out of the 4 different sets of fighters available for you in the Warzone, the following points will apply to all of the above. Pretty much any fighter you get to in any game really. Each fighter has its own strengths and weaknesses, but it eventually comes down to the basics of combat and definitely the skills of a pilot. So here are my 12 tips to basic combat dogfighting. Number 1. Know yourself and your enemy. Familiarity with one ship is probably the most important of space combat. You need to know how it handles in a turn, how it accelerates, the refire rate of weapons, the damage of weapons, shield resistance, armor, strength, and so on. At the same time, knowing how an enemy ship handles will help you decide how to approach it. For example, if you are facing a Jackal, you don't want to be too close to its front end, as its twin-shot Ripper cannon will rip your shields and armor to shreds at close range. Or if you're up against a Wraith, with its high maneuverability and speed, but it will be relatively lightly armoured. Knowing how to attack an enemy, and what your ship can do, can win a fight before it even starts. Number 2. Never fly straight. Secondly, this is one I can't stress the importance of enough, never fly straight in level for more than 30 seconds in the combat arena. In the case of an extremely tight close quarters battle, I would actually drop this down to 10 seconds. The reason for this, flying straight and level makes it easy for an enemy to get behind you, lock onto you or just pounce on you from an angle. Keep dodging and keep aware. Number 3. Play to your strengths and skills, not the enemy's. Your tactics should be based both on what kind of ship you are flying, either assault, support, heavy or covert, as well as who you are fighting. If you are in a faster, more manoeuvrable ship but lightly armoured, you want to avoid getting into a grudge match with a heavily armoured and armed craft. On another note, if you are in a heavy fighter, trying to keep up with a much lighter ship, then it's basically suicide. If you are outnumbered but have speed on your side, use that speed for evasion. Or on the opposite, hit them hard with heavy weapons to keep them away from you. Number 4. Think in 3 dimensions. Think in 3 dimensions and being situationally aware. Danger can come from any point, so knowing and keeping up with what is around you is key. One moment you could be taking fire from above and have them circle underneath you, the same goes if you are on an attack. If you think in 3 dimensions but the enemy is stuck in a mindset of 2, then you will easily win the day. Number 5. What you can't see can kill you. Situational awareness in combat is not just knowing where the enemies or your teammates are, it's about knowing the debris around you, where you've come from, where you are travelling, where to move next, and the hiding places to recover and avoid an ambush. Pay attention to your surroundings and try not to fly blind for more than 2 seconds. Number 6. Be adaptable. Never get stuck in a certain flying style or tactic over and over again. If you are used to doing rush tactics but your opponents are countering them, then hit them in a turning fight. If you're unable to use your superior firepower against a more maneuverable craft, then have a wingman assist you. If you do it right, you can adapt to your opponent's tactics quickly and surely, turning their own limitations against them. Number 7. Never leave a wingman. A pilot by himself against half dozen other ships will surely make a new marker for someone to put on the side of their hull. There is a reason why the term wingman is so closely held in dogfighting terminology. A wingman's job is to keep the lead alive long enough to take out the enemy. The lead is the attacker and the wingman's job is to keep an eye out for enemies that try to pounce your lead. Contrary to popular belief, it's a team effort to win in the Warzone. Having a good KD means nothing if your losses constantly outnumber your wins. Adapt and assert your team's dominance. Number 8 is discipline. Wait until you see the white of their eyes, so to speak. Wait until you have a good shot before firing your weapons, and take a short burst rather than spraying. Spraying fire down blindly will give away your position and can cause your weapon's capacitor to drain or overheat. Put simply, make your shots count. Number 9. While shooting, think of nothing else. Okay, so this one is situational. Keep your eye on the target while shooting so you don't waste any shots. Number 10. Keep a sharp lookout. So the last 2 points actually go together. Focus on your target but don't fixate on them. That can be worse than missing, as you may get the other guy's wingman firing missiles right up the back of you. Number 11. Press your advantages. If you've taken out the enemy shields, then hit them hard. If the wingmen have fled or destroyed, then focus fire. This comes back to be aggressive. Don't give them breathing time in battle, that gives them time to regroup, recharge and change tactics. You want to keep them on the defensive and looking over their shoulder constantly. If you ease off them, then it's very likely that the hunter will become the hunted. Number 12. Always turn and face the attack. Running is the worst thing you can do. It lets your opponent line up a shot right to your vulnerable spot, and puts you in a defensive rather than offensive position. You want to keep your guns pointed towards the enemy as much as possible and keep theirs off of you. You can dodge and evade, seek cover, and once evaded boost and regroup, just never run in a straight line away from the enemy. And there we have it, 12 basic tips to hopefully keep you alive longer in the Warzone. Once again, if I have missed any points in which you think are worthy mentioning, let me know in the comments below. In some future videos I will be looking at some different tactics you can take advantage of in the different arenas and game modes. If you liked this video then please like and subscribe. If you didn't like it, feel free to hit that dislike button. That's what it's there for. Thank you all for watching. This is TJ signing off. Be excellent to each other and keep on partying. I will see you all in the next video.